Hello everyone, it's me again. If I'd ask someone on the street which are the first designer brands nowadays where you can purchase good quality perfumes, I think in the top 5, or if it's not the first one, would be the Chanel. The Chanel brand originally was created by Gabrielle Coco Chanel. The name Coco was a nickname what she picked up when she was singing in bars and in clubs during the first quarter of the 20th century. When she opened her millinery shop, she was living in a small flat in Paris. The flat was in a quite big house owned by Etienne Balsam, who was a local businessman. He was a quite famous person. In the ground floor he had a saloon where he welcomed his friends. He was doing some gatherings, and most of the wealthy businessmen came with their misses. So this created the first group of buyers for Gabrielle Chanel, where she was selling her own hats, because in this time she started to design her own hats with a different style, with a different approach. The new hat design was quite successful in a new buyers club, so this start allowed to Gabrielle Chanel to improve and to expand. In the following 10-15 years, she was able to expand her business as well, and she was getting more famous and famous. Even one of the local prints was mentioning her style as something new what the ladies should wear, because this was really brand new. Changed the whole design, the look of the clothes, and it was more feminine and unusual. During the First World War, she already had her own shop close to the Hotel Ritz in Paris, and while she was stepping up and she was expanding her business, slowly she got to the point when the world famous Chanel numero 5 was created in 1921. The perfume was so popular that even convinced the Wertheimer family to invest the money in Gabrielle Chanel's business. This was the first point in the line of the Chanel brand, where it was a huge explosion in terms of not just the expanding, the promotion, the backup. So now with her new business associates, she was on the right way to grow to a global brand, and starting slowly to develop more perfumes and creating new scents and doing changes the perfume side, doing changes in the fashion as well. The only problem between Gabrielle and her business associates was the percentage of the shares. The most iconic and the most famous thing which made the Chanel brand famous, it was the perfume numero 5. In the last 100 years, I don't even know the exact number of the perfumes what was created by the brand. It's one of the most sophisticated quality-wise, and we can even mention any other aspects of the perfumes. You can even say longevity, the branding, the bottles. So everything is really unique. Even if you just think of the bottle of the Coco Mademoiselle or Coco Noir, or we can even mention the Bleu de Chanel. So it's unique. So I think what they're doing now is amazing. Don't even mention the collaboration with one of the biggest stars, including Pharrell Williams, Keira Knightley, Audrey Hepburn or Audrey Tattoo. By the way, if I have to pick someone, or if I have to pick a face for the brand, no question, hands down, this one goes to Audrey Hepburn. During the the Second World War, Gabrielle Chanel business was still running. Why she was allowed to still doing her business? So first of all, the Germans love the Chanel numero 5, and not just this one, all the other creations. They loved it. Chanel's boyfriend, he was a German officer. During the Second World War, Gabrielle Chanel was dispatched to London to secretly negotiate of a separate peace with Winston Churchill. As a result of this act, after the end of the Second World War, unfortunately, she had to go to court. She was questioned about her collaboration with the Germans, but at the end of the hearing, she was released and she was free to go. In these videos, I always talk about my personal opinion. So, my opinion is the brand is amazing, still one of the strongest and greatest brand what we can find now, and alongside in the line of the designer brands. But it's not my biggest favorite. I'm not saying I don't own any perfumes. I don't own the Chanel numero 5 from the House of Chanel. My personal favorite is from the exclusive line, and as soon as the top notes hit my nose, I fall in love. Not just because it's for my nose. Back in the time, it was really unusual. Saying it's a kind of sour, sweet, something more literally like a woody line hits your nose as soon as you smell the perfume. This is, like I said, this is my favorite Chanel if I had to pick one, and this is the Sycamore from Chanel. So if I had to choose a favorite perfume from the whole Chanel line or the House of Chanel, I would go definitely with this one. I also have the Chanel Allure. I wouldn't say this is like one of those perfume what you just put on when you go to do the shopping. No, you have to wear at least a white shirt or at least a shirt. These are really unique. I mean, both of them are amazing perfumes. I'm not saying anything is wrong with the brand. Just like I said, personally, it's not my best choice if I have to choose something what suits on me. The Chanel numero 5 was made for ladies. Was made for Coco Chanel. But I would put the Chanel numero 5. That would go to the floral in a ladies group. Personally, I'm a big fan of the numero 5, and I tell you why. It still holds history in the DNA, because God knows if it's true or not, but the legend says the creator of the perfume, he created the exact measures, wrote everything down, and gave it to his assistant. Now this is where the story goes funny, because somehow the assistant by accident changed the original recipe and added more aldehydes to the perfume. Another interesting fact of the perfume is that it contains the weirdest perfume ingredients what I ever heard. When I started to get into the perfumes or the perfume world, I was obviously trying to find what's in a bottle when I smell them. There were so many weird things or weird ingredients. If you're talking about those notes, what comes in as a beautiful composition or beautiful group of notes, which actually creates the perfume. Sometimes to increase or decrease the top heart of the base notes, strength or power. Perfume creators, they use weird things, which actually in this case is the civet. The civet is an exotic type of some kind of cat which lives in Canada. The anal glands of this exotic cat was used in this perfume to give more depth of the floral line of the perfume. The radiance and warmth of this civet note, it gives more depth to most of the floral perfumes. But actually it goes quite well with the floral perfumes according to what I've smelled so far. If I have to choose someone who wears the numero 5, it's definitely someone who's I would say over 25 or even 30. This one goes to the family mother who's running a business or business ladies, I can imagine wearing it even in the office, even if you work quite close to the others. This is not gonna be like a really scratchy, a really strong hit in the face. This will definitely be one of the most smoothest, really sophisticated, like I said, upscale scent or perfume what you would smell on the designer line. From my point of view, I see so many ladies wearing this perfume. If you're a mother and you take care of the kids, run the whole house, and you're doing still your job, I think when you go out for a dinner, a well-deserved dinner, this is something what you can put on. Like I said, a perfume can always change your whole day, your mood. This is something what you put on with a nice dress, and it's if you're not a loud personality, if you love to go out to have dinners or for concerts, if you like cocktail parties, but you don't want to get a perfume which shouts out that you here, you just love to hide behind a wall of nice flowers, you love to hide behind a wall of silk, I would choose this one. I think as a birthday present, Christmas present, Valentine's Day, you can't go wrong with the Coco creations. I do love to buy Chanel products for someone else, because this is something what I would buy if I really cannot pick a group of perfumes what would be a signature point of the person's personality. I mean, if I have to, I give you a really good example. My mom, she owns so many perfumes. I mean, not so many, not as much as I do. 2 years ago, I bought it was a numero 5, an eau de parfum concentration for my mom, and she loves it. It doesn't matter if I say use it every day if you like it and you think that's your signature perfume, it doesn't really matter. She's still keeping in the somewhere in the shade, somewhere in the dark place in her room, because she's trying to use it quite rarely, just only in special occasions where she wants to smell special. If I would buy the numero 5 from Chanel for someone, the first on the line who I would pick, that's my mom. My mom, she works as a nurse in a kindergarten, so probably if you imagine the whole environment, you can't wear something which hits you in the face. So probably you have to have something which is really it's not shouting out, it's really smooth, it sits close to your skin, or not necessarily really strong. Don't kill me, but if I have to choose something from the niche line which smells just as great as the numero 5, I would go with the West Broadway from Bond number 9. This is for my nose, this is really flowery, this is really catchy, but you won't smell it from like over a meter or 2 meters distance. If you're looking for something from the niche line, as a substitution you would go with this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Thanks for watching, take care, wash your hands, see you in the next video.